These 13 scary videos are creepy enough to trigger spontaneous phasmophobia, which is a ghost phobia. In fact, I bet you'll feel it before I get to number 1. Number 13. A YouTube channel called Geeky Stuff thinks they've caught some strange paranormal activity on their night vision camera.
I don't believe in ghosts at all. I noticed something at the bottom of my son's bed, but you can just see it just there. Under there, like that.
Between the bars is a creepy bloated face with one eye staring directly at the camera. It's not the folds of a blanket or a pillow, because after that the strange figure mysteriously disappears into an orb and floats away.
It flies off. See that? Let's go back. Play it again. Flies off.
Number 12. A possible supernatural sighting creeps out the employees of a gas station in Petrich, Bulgaria. One of them recoils in horror upon seeing what's been caught on video. They are filled with fear when a tall, thin shadow appears on camera. It considers them for a moment before going towards the open door. It doesn't look like an insect, but it does look to be paranormal if not edited. In less than half a minute, the figure is gone. Its mysterious origins never uncovered. Number 11. This scary video was posted onto the Chills Narrator subreddit by Leo Alcala213. Two friends are exploring their old school from childhood, not even trying to ghost hunt or cause any trouble whatsoever, when they realize the school could be haunted.
And after all, it is quarantine. Like, I'm being serious. This is freaking me the out. Look at it. What the? Dude, I'm actually freaking out.
They hear the scream of a child and a small ghostly figure appears in front of them multiple times. This shadowy figure, if real, has them more than a little creeped out, but the only thing worse than seeing a small ghost child is when they suddenly disappear on you. The two friends run away from the school and would have no doubt never gone exploring there had they known it was haunted. Tell me if you think this video is real, or if you think they were setting up a small statue in different places and then acting scared. Number 10. Shay Lewis suspects without a doubt that his apartment is haunted by the ghost of a former tenant who passed away. His cat looks curious and maybe even scared as it tries to communicate with something that isn't quite caught on camera.
What is it?
Shay tries to comfort his cat, but it refuses to take its eyes off something that's above them both, especially in the far corner. Shay never does show the corner, so they could be shining a laser pointer over there to make the cat look up. If they can make another video that shows the cat and where it's looking at the same time, then it would be the final piece of evidence needed to prove this paranormal event is real. Number 9. This creepy home CCTV video was posted on the Chills Narrator subreddit by Dope Island Skate, who says he uploaded the video as soon as it happened. He's moving things around the kitchen while watching something on his phone, too distracted to see a small orb appear over one of the dogs. The dog looks over and the orb goes away. Not even 10 seconds later, a can of chips that he had just put down starts to move on its own, and the movement of the object makes the other dog look over. The object falls over by itself, and after it lands, it goes slightly in the other direction. Very strange and possibly paranormal. Number 8. A German paranormal exploration channel called Unknown Worlds goes exploring an abandoned house with their thermal imaging camera that can detect heat signatures. When a ghost makes an area cold, this equipment will detect the absence of heat and the ghost will be caught on video. He turns his flashlight off so the thermal imaging will work better, and that's when he sees it.
Das ist schon heftig.
Somebody is standing right in front of him. He can see their legs, but when he turns his light on,
Ja, ist auf jeden Fall der Ofen. Sieht ziemlich creepy aus.
the phantom figure is nowhere to be found. In a ruined kitchen, another heat signature is detected.
Ist das vielleicht eine Maus?
He thinks it could be a mouse under the floorboards, but soon realizes it's coming from this discarded cooking pot.
Dieser Topf? Warum ist denn dieser Topf so warm?
It's just creepy.
The object gives off a heat signature like it's just been used, even though it is cold to the touch and has not been moved in quite some time. Number 7. This possibly paranormal ghost video comes at you fast, so don't take your eyes away from the table and chairs. A silhouette about as tall as the table runs by. Followed by a mysterious popping sound. The ghost hunters say this is too fast to be a shadow and think it's the ghost of a child because of its height. It's not a bug because if you look closely, it appears from thin air. Number 6. A man in Daytona Beach is woken up by a home security alert on his phone. He turns on a live feed and watches an unknown light drift across his living room. He says that this is when the light breaks down into many smaller orbs. However, I think this could be light shining on a spider web that's in front of the camera. What do you think it is? Number 5. Alyssa McHale thinks she's caught a ghost on tape outside of her home in O'Fallon, Missouri. Her home CCTV system captures video of a figure curiously wandering into her yard. Alyssa notes its small appearance is more like the ghost of a child than an adult. The possible ghost wanders to the edge of the yard to stare out into the road, perhaps looking at the very spot where its life was cut short. But that's too sad to think about, and that is where this creepy video ends. Number 4. This eerie video, taken at an abandoned cemetery in northeast Indiana, could be one of the oldest ghost sightings caught on camera if real. A phantom figure looks down at its own tombstone. This video was uploaded in 2007, way before filters or even smartphones for that matter. The uploader says this scary video is actually much older than that, probably 100 years or so, and that it's been passed down from generation to generation. The original film was falling apart, and so they converted it to a digital format and posted it online. It sounds somewhat believable except for one thing. I think old-fashioned cameras were way too heavy to walk and film at the same time. Home cameras didn't come out to around the 1970s, so this video is probably fake. Number 3. Lee, Claire, and Jonathan go ghost hunting at a fire station in mid and West Wales in search of an apparition known only as the Fireman.
Heading down the steps into the basement. The darkest, scariest part. Did you touch me?
When?
There.
No?
On my back.
Claire's hand is to her face, so whatever touched Lee was not her. While continuing to wait in the darkness, the outline of a shadowy figure is caught on tape at the door. When the camera looks back over again, the shadow figure is no longer there. Was this the fabled Fireman? Number 2. Lou Lima and 2 of her friends go exploring an abandoned base in New Jersey that's said to be haunted. They are walking down a narrow hallway when Lou Lima is suddenly filled with an unexplainable dread.
I don't like that. We go. That room right there.
It's a small empty room that scares Lou Lima too much to further investigate. None of them notice a scary demon face in the old brick wall right outside of the room, and so they head deeper until another scary hallway gives them pause.
Oh, this is weird. You can see more stuff from the camera than you can see it from your eyes. Right?
Yeah.
Touch, 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 touch. I heard something.
I heard something too. Like a
Their equipment crackles with paranormal energy and they hear a thud down the hallway, and so they stop exploring and start getting out of there. Now that's a smart call. 1. A man is interviewing a ghost hunter when an unidentified guest decides to chime in with their paranormal thoughts.
Uses a Ouija board or something like that, or they're investigating something.
Posted on the Chills Narrator subreddit by a user named Questioning the Weird, the 2 men are discussing the topic of Ouija boards when the camera picks up a loud and abrupt scream.
Investigating something, and they bring investigating.
He later says that the scream sounded out of place and should have gotten their attention, but neither one seems to hear it. A streak of light goes by a security monitor shortly before the unexplained scream happens. Make of that what you will.
Yeah, or they're investigating.
This interview was conducted at his mobile ghost hunting headquarters, so something from a previous investigation could be in there with them. The rest of the interview continues as normal, and no screams or other noises are heard. These top 5 videos are scary enough on their own, but wait until I tell you more about them.